You're Brandon. Rachel. Carol.
They thought they knew their son, a kind, quiet young man with a promising future, but one shocking discovery shattered that image forever. The boy they raised was hiding a dark secret. He was a wanted killer. Under the cold glare of the streetlights, 21-year-old Brandon Reiner stands with his parents, his face calm but his world collapsing. For 6 long hours, he's been a shadow in the night, fleeing from police after the brutal killing of his closest friend.
He's up to Phoenix. Head back towards Conway.
And as the truth sinks in that their son is accused of murder, Brandon's parents can do nothing but pray, waiting in agonizing silence to learn his fate.
Rachel, Jeremy, y'all have a seat out here. Would you like to talk in private?
On a cold November morning in 2022, officers in Rome, Georgia came across an abandoned Toyota Prius.
There's nothing. That's what I was looking for. There's nothing.
Its presence raising more questions than answers. Why the car had been abandoned in the middle of a creek remained a mystery police had yet to solve.
Y'all don't think he's in there?
No, I don't.
Okay. Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think you made it there.
No. I wonder where that why his car down there.
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just
Road off in there.
Yeah. Did it go all the way up in park or something? Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's, but it ain't running.
I rode over here to see what was going on. They was down there changing out the trash.
A tow truck eventually hauled the vehicle from the creek, and a search of the license plate revealed it belonged to 21-year-old Aaron Davis. Fortunately for investigators, the town of Rome, Georgia was small and the name was already familiar. Within minutes, Lieutenant Sailors was on the phone with Aaron's father.
I'm going to go up to visit his girlfriend in Alabama after that.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car's supposed to be?
So you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out, but I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
To Aaron's father, the abandoned car was just as much a mystery as it was to police. Still, he had a few valuable details to share with the lieutenant after their call. The night before this footage, Aaron had gone to visit his longtime friend, Brandon Reiner, a bond they'd shared since middle school and carried through college. Aaron had recently graduated from Brigham Young University, and the 60-mile trip to see Brandon was meant to celebrate the start of adulthood. But after leaving for Brandon's house, Aaron vanished, and no one heard from him again, and calls to his phone went straight to voicemail. These unsettling mysteries pushed Aaron's father to file a missing persons report, prompting an official investigation. The first and most obvious step for police was to call Brandon Reiner, supposedly the last person to have seen or spoken to Aaron. Brandon's story seemed perfectly reasonable, and he even claimed he was actively searching for Aaron at the time of the call, just as any good friend would.
Please, you doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him?
I have not. I've tried calling him and it's just gone straight to voicemail, and I heard he was at Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now, so I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12 noon. He started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone. I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m. And that's when I saw that his car was gone.
All right. Well, if y'all hear from him, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you for the help, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
It was clear to investigators that Brandon was the key to uncovering what happened, so just a few hours later, they arrived at his house unannounced, ready to get answers face to face.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Officer Gar with the Rome Police Department. We're following up on all this. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page.
We started drinking around 12 yesterday.
Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right?
Yeah, me and Aaron.
Okay. Anyone else with you guys?
And went to Morris, and I had bought some red wine.
Yeah.
And came back here, started drinking red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so
yeah.
He had gone upstairs and was just puking everywhere. to the toilet. Was like standing up and puking for some reason. I went downstairs and he told me that he doesn't need any help. I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky, and I went to the urgent care this morning, took a shower, went to bed.
Okay.
And then woke up 1 to 2 a.m. and his car was gone.
Despite Brandon's odd demeanor, Aaron's actions the night before combined with the abandoned car and 12 hours of silence painted a troubling picture. If Aaron, normally a light drinker, had gotten heavily intoxicated, there was no telling what he might have done while completely alone.
How long have you and Aaron been friends?
We met when I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
And then we became more like close friends, I'd say, like around freshman.
We're still trying to find him. I don't know. You know, he may just be staying at a hotel, sleeping off whatever happened last night. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean he's in danger or anything like that. You have any problem with us checking inside the house? No problem. No ferocious iguanas or anything? You never know, man. People have all kinds of pets.
While searching the house, the officer made some curious discoveries. Several doors were locked, including the one to the room where Aaron had supposedly thrown up multiple times. Finding this unusual, they called Brandon inside to unlock the door and lead them to Aaron's room.
Coming in here with me so you can just show me where I'm going and all that?
Yeah.
Just makes it a little bit easier. The bathroom is up there that he was up checking in. I got you. Oh, Lord. Is that what's in the laundry right now, I guess? Okay.
Inside the room, officers were met with a strong chemical odor and an unusual stockpile of cleaning supplies, but none of it compared to what they were about to discover next.
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too. Decent. More than just vomit all the way over here. Looks like it's been there a while, but he could have been throwing up blood, I guess. See all that? It's weird to be throwing up blood like that. Not to mention, if he had alcohol poisoning, he wouldn't have been able to get up and move around this morning. Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning. Just poured powder right there, too.
That's it right now.
The entire situation was starting to look highly suspicious. The strange story from Brandon, the pools of blood in Aaron's room, and the hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies. It seemed Brandon could sense the officers' growing suspicion too, because as they searched Aaron's room, he made a move that would change everything. Unfortunately,
Oh, my knees. Keep going. Hey, no, quick. Now.
He jumped the fence, headed back towards Collinwood.
Somewhere between LaPorte and East 9, gotta be in these houses. Go up to the house, get in the backyard. Okay. Possible 1043 suspect.
Run back towards 8.
Give me more units.
officers lost sight of Brandon. He had managed to slip away, at least for now. Desperate for leads, police began going door to door around the neighborhood, questioning anyone who might have seen where he fled. During this search, one officer came across a neighbor who happened to be on the phone with Brandon's father, Jeremy. Without hesitation, the officer took the phone to speak with him directly.
Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor from police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
yes,
and my Brandon's father.
Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron. Okay, we'll keep trying to get hold of him. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Even Jeremy had no idea where Brandon was, and neither did anyone else. An entire hour passed, and there was still no sign of him.
I am. Okay. This is Mom. Okay. Sorry, I realize you might not be able to answer this question. I probably don't know the answer, but I'll try. Is there suspicion that Brandon was involved in what, hurting Aaron or something?
There's suspicion that something happened in the home.
Beyond getting drunk and throwing up?
Well, we don't know.
They're lifelong friends. We called back after the boy's mom called us. We called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. That's all we did. We went to look for him where the car was reported.
Yes.
Powers that be have our number?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
While doing his best to assist police in the investigation, Jeremy returned home only to discover Brandon's phone. Up until then, he had been fully cooperative in helping track down his son. But after finding the phone, that cooperation abruptly ended. He refused to hand it over, leaving officers to wonder if he had seen something on it, or was he hiding something far more disturbing. Jeremy would later discover Brandon's phone while searching through the house, a major breakthrough in the investigation, as it could help trace where Brandon might have gone. Unfortunately, Jeremy was reluctant to hand the phone over to police, wanting to fully understand the situation first. After all, Brandon was his son, and in Jeremy's mind, he was innocent until proven guilty. Surrendering the phone too soon, he feared, could prove to be a grave mistake. Hours passed with no new leads or clues about Brandon's whereabouts. What Jeremy discovered on Brandon's phone during that time remains a mystery. However, when police spoke to him again, his demeanor had changed drastically. Something was different.
All right, so first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us?
Maybe.
Okay.
I do. My gut says yes, but at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll probably need to go through it and see at least maybe where he's been today. There is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom on the carpet. But I wanted to be straight up with you. Not come home and find that. Okay.
No, I appreciate that. Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point, so we couldn't go into it without that. So
some text back and forth.
Maybe something helps. Then,
I know.
Helps him, But I can't promise you that because I don't.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what I was in there, so.
I want to. I was as a.
I know, as a father, I understand.
But, all right. Well, yeah, I'm going to keep walking.
Whatever Jeremy had seen on that phone must have been deeply unsettling, and the officer appeared to pick up on it as well.
He doesn't know what's going on, but he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. He seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. I couldn't really get a feel for him. He may just be covering for his kid. He's gotta be. Him having the phone not being shattered tells me that his son handed it to him. So he found the phone, tells us that he found the phone, but doesn't want to give it to us without a search warrant.
Text messages not there.
Probably. He was telling Randy that there were texts there about him asking for if anyone had seen Aaron. I wonder if those texts were sent since we've been here, though.
The officers were right on target with their theory about the phone. On it, Brandon had left a series of disturbing notes, including his. His scream became a gargle as he swallowed his tongue. I like dark places where my mind melts. It feels so good and I feel so cool, and my brain's a waterfall running out of my nose like drool. He even wrote, I can turn myself on in the blink of an eye. They notified me as the smartest man alive. Schedule last 3 songs. This referred to his YouTube channel, where he regularly uploaded his music. There was also another list. Trons text Rachel that Aaron threw up horribly, and I think there was some blood in it. I woke up and he was gone. Whether these specific messages were what unsettled Jeremy is unclear, but whatever he saw on that phone made it certain in his mind that Brandon had killed Aaron. Just an hour later, Jeremy called the police, explaining that he was with Brandon and that Brandon was ready to surrender. About 25 minutes after the call, Brandon arrived at the station with his parents.
You're with Brandon. Rachel. Jeremy.
Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here, I'm gonna take him back there and we'll talk, man. Would you like to talk in private?
You need to send somebody out to find the poppy.
Okay. I'll be right back out with you, okay?
With Brandon now in custody, the detective sat him down in hopes of getting a basic confession or any information that could help secure a conviction.
In your pockets, then I need to know about.
Wallet and keys.
Those real quick. Anything else?
No.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and have a seat.
Now that Brandon was secured, the detective would sit him down to try and get a basic confession or any information that might ease the path to conviction.
Alright, like I was saying, I'm Detective York. I work here at the Rome PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So before we get started, got some paperwork you gotta fill out.
The detective would start the interview by getting Brandon's basic information and contact addresses.
So I'm gonna read you some stuff before we get started, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning.
I would like to.
You would like a lawyer, okay? All right, sit tight for just a minute.
The detective began the interview by collecting Brandon's basic details and contact information. Brandon was smart. He knew that nothing he said in the interrogation room would help him in court, so he chose to remain silent. While this was frustrating for the detective, Brandon's parents were far more willing to talk. As a result, the detective shifted his focus to them in hopes of getting the information he needed. Jeremy's statement was a key piece of information in locating Aaron's body.
Thank you. There's a lot going on right now. Anything that we can do to help you right now.
Take you out. Try to show you. I can try to show you.
You can try to show us
The general area, yeah.
Okay.
There's an old cemetery. Up the hill. You turn left. Trendle, something like Trendle.
Okay.
We can show you on that.
However, as valuable as it was, the detective understood the importance of seizing the moment to gather as much as possible from Jeremy while he was still cooperative. With that in mind, he first delved deeper into Brandon's personal life before proceeding with the search for the body.
I don't think about him for college because he was having anxiety attacks, he was having suicidal thoughts, he was having visions. Brought home to make it safe. I get his medications right. Got a call from Brandon this morning at 9 or 10. He was asking about one thing about vomiting. So they had drank. He didn't want Dad finding out that he was vomiting upstairs in the carpet. That's all we heard. And then an hour or two goes by, and boy's mom calls us. Or I called Brandon back like immediately after getting murdered. So, you know where Aaron is? He says, no. Yeah, they're around 5. And we were told that Aaron had run away. Ran from the police. Aaron's body is luckily there. He's mentally unstable. He has Tourette's since he was a kid, diagnosed as a kid. And with that comes OCD, and people say they have OCD all the time, they don't understand until they live with that.
This suggested the possibility that Brandon's actions may have been influenced by mental instability. However, context is important. Jeremy's statements could have been an attempt to build an insanity defense for Brandon in court. For that reason, these claims should be taken with caution, as they may not accurately reflect the truth of the situation. Regardless, police now had a general idea of where Aaron's body might be, so all hands were on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy had described. Aaron was discovered buried in a secluded section at the back of the cemetery. Even more disturbing, his body was wrapped in the very sheets he had slept on in Brandon's house. The speculation was over. Brandon Reiner was a cold-blooded killer. Following this discovery, Brandon was arrested for the murder of Aaron Davis and taken to the local prison, though his behavior there struck police as highly unusual.
Go up to the counter, let them follow their instructions. This is it, Walker. You got ID in here if you want. For me? No, we're talking to you. You got your ID. Oh, yeah.
Officers reported that Brandon remained unnervingly calm during transport, appearing completely unfazed by the situation. And although he had been captured and the case seemed to be nearing a successful conclusion, the officers still had one heartbreaking task left to complete before the day ended, informing Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
Any questions here? I don't know a whole lot because I'm not. I've been here doing a lot of research. Be specific.
Why would he do that?
They don't know the house to be fired. They don't know why it happened.
Why you do that? We need my son. The family needs him. Oh my God.
Aaron was a recent college graduate, a good kid with a promising future ahead of him. His sudden death was nothing less than a vile and horrific act committed by Brandon, and justice needed to be served for both Aaron and his family. That justice would be delivered in the courtroom on July 18, 2024. Brandon was left with virtually no defense for his actions, and his attempt to plead insanity was swiftly dismissed. He received a life sentence without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder and mutilation of Aaron Davis. Brandon Reiner will now spend the rest of his life behind bars, but no sentence can erase the pain he caused or bring Aaron Davis back. A promising young life was stolen in the most brutal way, leaving a family forever broken and a community in shock. This case is a chilling reminder that evil can hide in plain sight even behind the face of someone you think you know. Rest in peace, Aaron Davis.